Hey, are you enjoying the anime training workouts? Yes, but I'm too sore to do them every day, or even every other day. Well, what do you do after workouts or on rest days? Lie on my couch watching Attack on Titan. Have you seen the new season, by the way? How do you expect to not be sore when you're not recovering properly? Also, I just finished the manga, by the way. It's amazing. Well, what should I do? Don't fret, little one. I'm you. I've got a routine for you to recover from training, and you can watch Attack on Titan while doing it. Wait, huh? Hey YouTube, as discussed in the intro, we're going to be discussing 2 ways to recover from training. Specifically, my training, but it could really just be any training. The 2 methods we're going to be going over will be broken down into active recovery and stretching. We're first going to be going over active recovery, and like I mentioned in the intro, you can watch Attack on Titan, whatever show, doing all of these recovery methods except one, which is the first one we're going to be talking about. And that first one is swimming. Personally, I don't swim enough as recovery. I do have access to a pool at my apartment here. It has been raining the past few days, so that's why I don't have footage of me doing this, but it is by far the best one in my opinion because there's so many benefits to doing it. It activates your muscles without the pressure of your body weight, and it also stimulates your muscles with the resistance in the water, so you can also get good stretching in as well just by swimming lightly. The next active recovery method is one of my favorites as well, and this is one that I actually do, is the stationary bike. If you have access to this, I recommend it highly. It's especially great after a leg day. It will allow you to stretch your leg muscles. It also reduces the lactic acid buildup in your leg muscles. If you don't have access to swimming or the stationary bike, you can always go for a walk. This is a great one as well because pretty much everyone can do this, and it's very, very low intensity, but also allows you to get your full body working and you get a little stretch in with your legs. It also increases blood flow. The last active recovery exercise I have on my list is one of my personal favorites, and I do this every workout, before every workout as my warm-up. You guys know I love this because I have it in both of my exercise videos. It is jump roping. I don't mean jump roping as in going insanely fast. I mean a light jump rope. I think it's a great active recovery because it works your full body compared to a lot of these ones minus swimming. But it works your upper body as well. So if you have really stiff shoulders, really sore shoulders, sore biceps, sore arms, like everything, it gets your arms moving. So it allows that active recovery because you're stretching your muscles a bit and getting the blood flow to them. It's also great, of course, for your legs, especially your calves, because I mean you're jumping and you're using your calves a lot. But if you're going lightly, it's light enough to stimulate the muscle but not overexerted. I don't recommend this if you are prone to getting shin splints, like me actually, but I haven't been getting them lately, so I'm fine doing these. If you have shin splints and you get them easily, doing jump roping is a pain in the butt, so I don't recommend this if you have shin splints, but if you don't, then I highly recommend this. Now moving on to the next method of recovery, we're going to be going over stretches. Now the list of stretches that I have are mostly made up of JaxBlade's stretch/recovery/yoga kind of video. I will link him in the description. Please check him out. He is a great inspiration to me. I love all of his videos. He does very similar things to me, except of course on a much higher scale. I love this man. I just want to let you know that this list is mostly made up of his stretches. I adjusted his list slightly. I added like 1 or 2 things to it, removed a couple things, but please check out his video. This is where I got the inspiration from for these stretches. Before we get into all these stretches, for each of these stretches we're going to be doing them for 30 seconds twice on each side. So let's say for the first one we're doing quad stretches. We will do our left leg for 30 seconds, right leg for 30 seconds, and then do that both of them again. So we hit each leg twice for 30 seconds. That's recommended, but if you're short on time, do each leg at least 30 seconds. I'm going to be breaking down the stretches and the benefits to each one as well right now. The first one on my list is the quadricep stretch. This is great for the front portion of your legs. It's a nice little warm-up stretch as well, I feel, because some of these stretches, I'm gonna be honest, are actually like really hard. But I've progressed the list in a certain way, like I put them in order to where it is easier, then there are some difficult ones, then it gets semi-difficult, like pretty difficult in the middle, then it sort of like tapers off and gets a little bit easier again, because you don't want to jump into stretching right away into the hard stuff or save it for the end because you'll be just tired. Another note before we get into the whole list of stretches is I don't recommend doing these when you are cold. And what I mean by that is, like, let's say you're just sitting on a couch for like an hour and then you get up to do all of these stretches. It's going to be very hard on your body. You should try to do a small warm up, like literally one of the active recovery workouts, like go on a walk, do some jump roping, go on a bicycle for 10 minutes, do something, do some squats, like some push-ups, a little bit of like jumping jacks, something to warm up your body, because you don't want to go into this cold. It's actually dangerous as well. So, and you'll get a better stretch out if you have your body warmed up anyways. Now moving on, we have the hamstring stretch. This is great for the back portion of your legs. Pretty basic, just stretching, starting with the front portion with the quad stretch, then the back portion with the hamstring stretch. This is great to also increase your flexibility. So yeah, the next stretch I have is the groin stretch here. It's great just for your inner legs, your inner thigh, your groin area. It kind of helps you get that flexibility, also to kind of do the splits. Like you could literally, if you do this groin stretch every day, you can almost kind of do splits low key. But it's a great stretch for your groin. It's as simple as that. Right after that stretch, I will do the pigeon stretch here. It is great for your hips and your lower back. This is actually one of my favorite exercises. Do this after you have a leg day, or if you just have a rest day and you want to do something, please do this stretch. It's one of my favorites. It just gives you an extremely good stretch in your hips and your legs. It feels great. You can definitely feel something and you feel a great stretch. You know you're doing something right as well. The next stretch I have is the hip flexor twist, also great for your hips. I also often feel this in my legs as well, especially like my glutes and kind of like my outer leg, I guess, or my hamstring as well. Sometimes it's weird. It's like it's a great stretch. You should do this one. Great for your hips. The next one we have is the walkouts. This is a great exercise for your hamstrings mostly and your calves. It kind of stretches them out pretty well, going like down and up. You kind of hit like different portions of your legs stretching there. This is a great one. It also kind of like gets your whole body working into it as well. Then after that, we have a bit of an easier stretch. We have the shoulder stretch, where you just, I'm sure you've done this in PE class or whatever. You grab your arm, you stretch your shoulder, switch arms. Then after the shoulder stretch, we have the towel chest stretch, where I'm grabbing a small towel, I'm just putting it behind my back. I'm kind of pulling both of my arms back and stretching my chest out. It's great for your shoulders as well. I know my chest was especially sore this day, so I made sure to include this one in here. And then after that, we have the tricep towel stretch. This one's also great if you have sore triceps. This one's just great for your stretching out both your triceps. It really gets that full stretch. It's great and easy to do with a towel. You can use a belt as well, I used to use, but the towel works great as well. And then next we have the doorway shoulder stretch / chest stretch, depending on how you do this and what you want to do. If you have your elbow kind of in closer, it's mostly for your shoulder. If you extend your elbow like I do sometimes here, it'll actually hit your chest a lot, and this one's just great for your upper body. Next I do a bicep stretch, which you often don't see too much, but particularly my biceps were extremely sore this day. I lifted weights for the first time in weeks and I just destroyed my biceps, like not even intentionally. I did like a couple exercises for biceps, it just happened to be extremely sore for some reason. You have your palms facing down with a chair behind you, and you kind of activate your tricep and you stretch your bicep kind of down, and you'll really feel this one if you have sore biceps. Now moving back down to the lower portion of your body, we're going to the torso glute stretch. This is great for your glutes and your lower back. I almost always have my back popping when I do this for the first portion. This is great for your legs. It really feels good if you have sore legs legs, especially after leg day. Then the next one that I think is one of the hardest stretches on the list, but it's hard for a reason because it's really good, is the lumborum stretch. And this is extremely good for your back muscles and your hamstrings as well. But I honestly feel this so much in my like lower back, specifically the muscles of it, not just the lower portion of your spine, but the actual muscles. If you do this correctly, you'll feel an insane stretch in your lower back. This is great if you deadlift at all, because it just feels amazing stretching. You mostly want to use your opposite hand, so you see me kind of leaning to my left here. My right arm in this video is reaching for my leg. It's really like pushing it, and the more you push with that like outer arm, you don't have to touch your leg, but if you really stretch, like trying to use your arm there, like trying to push towards your leg, you'll feel an insane stretch in your back. It's amazing. Then you move on to the front, and then you do the other side. And the last one is optional. I had weirdly sore abs this day, so I just threw in the cobra stretch. It's a classic ab stretch exercise. This one is actually best for stretching right after you do an ab workout. Like you can do this instantly after an ab workout and feel the amazing stretch. But this was like a day after an ab workout and my abs were still sore, so I just threw this one in here. That was all I had for this video. Remember, the stretching list was mostly inspired by JaxBlade, so please send him some love. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. Comment please for the algorithm, and leave any suggestions, any feedback. I'm open for improvement and for ideas for videos. I have plenty of ideas. In fact, I'm working on a bigger project right now. I think it's going to be an entertaining video, and it's just going to take a little bit more time to make, so please be on the lookout for that one. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be making content similar to this one and my other videos, and I'd appreciate if you guys would join me on this journey. So peace out, have fun, and get your training on.